Your valuable feedback is required to improve the quality of teaching and to improve the quality of learning among the students. Let us learn musculoskeletal system with the help of beautiful points. Movement is one of the significant feature of the living organisms. Okay. So these movements, okay, are various types in various living organisms. Okay. Some of the organisms shows protoplasm in their body, which means cytoplasm and cell organelles like nucleus and etc. together called as a protoplasm. Especially protoplasm is present in unicellular organisms. Okay. Movement of cilia, flagella, tentacles, these are the various structures that are helps in the process of movements in unicellular organisms. Now, if you take a human being contain various types of structures like limbs, upper limbs and lower limbs, jaws, eyelids, tongue. Okay, these are various structures that are present in us. Okay, here such voluntary movements occurs by the above organs are found as a locomotion. The process of voluntary movements. Voluntary movements are under the conscious control of the brain are called locomotion. What are the various locomotions? Walking is a locomotion. If you take the walking is a locomotion. Running is a locomotion. Climbing is a locomotion. In the birds, flying is a locomotion. Swimming all are some of locomotory movements. Locomotory structures need not to be different from those affecting other types of movements. Now, for example, if you take a paramecia, also known as slipper animalcule, in the paramecium, cilia helps in the process of movement. Okay? So, movement of food through the cytopharynx and in locomotion as well as. Hydra, if you take the Hydra generally uses tentacles. You know, Hydra contain tentacles for capturing its prey and also use them for locomotion. Whereas humans, we use limbs for changes in the body posture and locomotion as well. The above observations suggest that movement and locomotion, if you take the movement and locomotion, cannot study separately. Both are entwined. The two may be linked and stating that all locomotions, whatever there, all locomotions and movements are not locomotions. What I am trying to say, statement type of question. Okay, all locomotions are movements. If you take all movements, all locomotions, they are movements. But all movements are not locomotions. Here, if you take a muscle or complex muscle structure that is present in our body, it looks like this. It has a blood capillary, sarcolemma, nothing but plasma lemma or plasma membrane, muscle fiber or muscle cell that is present in the complex muscle. Okay? Now, apart from this, what are the types of movements? Okay? If you take the humans, cells of humans exhibit three main types of movements. What are they? The cells that are present in humans exhibit amoeboid movements. What are they? Amoeboid movements. How amoeba moves, like that. Some of the cells moves in our body. Ciliary movements and muscular movements. Okay. Now, some specialized cells in our body, if you take macrophages that are present in our body, okay, you know very well about macrophages. We learned about macrophages in the structural organization in animals. Macrophages and leukocytes, some of the leukocytes like white blood cells in the blood exhibit amoeboid movements. What they exhibited? Amoeboid movements. Okay. If you take the pseudopodia, of an amoeba formed by the streaming of protoplasm as an amoeba, okay, it was greatly affected. So, amoeboid movements are greatly affected by pseudopodia. Now, cytoskeletal elements like microfilaments, what are they? Microfilaments are also involved in amoeboid movements. Okay, ciliary movements are occurring in most of our body, like internal tubular organs, which are lined by ciliated epithelium. Now, here the coordinate movements of cilia in the trachea. If you take the trachea, the coordinate movements, okay, helps in removing dust particles. This was done by the cilia present in it. Apart from that, passages of ova or female reproductive system contain a tract, okay, lined with cilia and helps in the movement. Certain kind of materials are moved in it. Movement of our limbs, jaws, tongue, etc. required muscular movements. What are required? Muscular movements. The contractile property of muscles are effectively used for locomotion. Muscles have a contractile property because due to presence of some certain proteins, this contractile property was greatly there in the muscles. About these contractile proteins we are going to learn in the next coming videos. Next, locomotion requires a perfect coordination. A perfect coordination is required. Okay, and this coordination is required to skeletal as well as the neural systems. In this chapter, we are going to learn about types of muscles. What are they? Types of muscles, structure and mechanism even in this chapter. Okay. So the mechanism involves contractions and relaxations of the muscles. That also we are going to see. Okay. Now, here flagellary movements helps in the swimming of spermatozoa. Okay. If you take the spermatozoa, flagellary movements plays a significant role. Okay. And whereas if you take the sponges or poriferans, they have canal system. This canal system helps in water current, okay, the movement of water, and in locomotion of protozoans like euglena, it plays an important role. Okay, now muscles, if you take, muscle is a specialized tissue of mesodermal origin. About the muscle,